All right, awesome. So last time I was here with Max, what I did is a little awareness exercise with people, and um, and this time what I want to do is a visualization, basically sort of an close the eyes meditation. If you want, I recommend you to do it with eyes closed. I'll tell you when to do it. But if not, doing it with open eyes and just actively running it is good. What we are going to do is basically a future vision. So what I found when I work with people is that a lot of times we carry this existential stress and dread and weight on our shoulders because we feel we need to do so much, right? Even if we get very clear on what we need to do, the weight of it, the size of it, and the size of life weighs on us a lot. And what I found is that when we start going into the future, basically digging deep and really figuring what we want for ourselves in in the deep future, we often understand that there is time, that there's more time for what we want to achieve, that we don't need to be in so much of a rush. So we gain a lot of clarity on what we need to work on, and at the same time, we reduce a lot of the stress, anxiety, and load that we carry. So what we're going to do now, basically, we are going to step into the future with our visual, imagine that we're doing it. And imagination is one of the strongest tools we have. Even if you are not one of those that believes in imagination, then I urge you to, because any top performer in the world will tell you how envisioning the future has helped them and how top athletes always practice imagination and stuff. And I've seen it work with anyone from soldiers to corporate owners. And we're going to go to the age of 80. That is often or an age that feels later in life for you, because I see that when I work with people, often they look a year ahead, 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, if they're really long-term thinkers. But what if we think towards the end, towards really far from us? And this is what I want to explore with you guys today. And what I found is when I work with people, it actually has a lot of interesting learnings to them. Now, something to understand is when I say 80, I don't want you to think that you are this old person. Uh, in our perception, 80 for us, we will get there fit, healthy, energetic. We're all focused on our health, on our body. So we will definitely, in some way, 80 will be for us just a midpoint in our life and not necessarily the end. And then what I want to do is we're going to play a little game. The game is this. I want you to imagine that me, as I talk, I am a chief editor of a newspaper. And basically what I'm doing is I'm coming over to your house to do a front page article all about you and all about these amazing things that you've created in your life. And we are going to do sort of in your mind this interview, and let's see what's going to come. Now, in this interview, I'm going to ask you to describe for me some of the results you managed to create in different areas of your life. And I'm going to read you guys these areas, and what I will do soon is we let you choose them. What I want, because you're at home and we're not working one-on-one, you can either verbalize it. So if there's no one around and you're not shy, I highly recommend verbalize, talk through this imagination. It's active imagination. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can write, or you can just answer in your mind. That's okay as well. That's powerful as well. So now I'm going to read you about the 8 sectors of life that I found people carry the most weight in. And I want you to choose for yourselves 3 of these areas that you will want to focus in your mind on getting clarity on. You want to know how you have succeeded in each of these areas by the age of 80. Okay, so just I will run through the sectors and you choose in your own mind. I want to focus on this. I want to focus on this. All right. So the first sector is career and business. Second sector, health and well-being. Third sector, partner. Fourth, wealth. Fifth, personal growth and spirituality. Six, recreation and hobbies. Seven, home and lifestyle items. Eight, family and friends. And I'm going to read them again just so you will, if you haven't chosen, choose three of these that you want to focus on in your mind to get clarity on. Career and business, health and well-being, partner, wealth, personal growth and spirituality, recreation and hobbies, home and lifestyle items, family and friends. So make your choices of three. And by the way, if you want to write them down as well, beautiful. So now I'm going to ask you guys a question. And what I want you to do is I want you to fill the blank. I'm going to ask this question, and I want you to fill the end of the blank. I'm going to ask these questions 5 times quite quickly, so you will have time to fill the blank quite a few times to fill that blank. The question is, so please tell me, what is it like being an incredibly successful and I want you to fill up that whatever intuitively comes up for you. Remember, we are looking at you in the age of 80. So intuitively, what do you think you will be when you are 80? What is incredibly successful? Why am I here to interview you? What are the things? So I'm going to ask this 5 times, and in your mind, each time give an answer. The answer can be the same thing or different. It's up to you. It can be ta, 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 the same one, or 5 different answers. So tell me, what is it like being incredibly successful? Find an answer. So please tell me, what is it like being an incredibly successful? So please tell me, what is it like being an incredibly successful? So please tell me, what is it like being incredibly successful? And so please tell me, what is it like being an incredibly successful? Beautiful. I hope some of you got answers like an incredibly successful businessman, incredibly successful partner, things like that. So now all I want to do is, if you want to do this with me with eyes closed, this would be a good time. If you can't close your eyes because you're driving or anything, just let your mind do the work. And now take a nice relaxing deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently close your eyes. Beautiful, guys. So now take another relaxing, nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine yourself floating up out of your body. And as you float all the way out of your body, I want you to imagine that you can see yourself sitting there comfortably in the room you're in or wherever you are in, and know that you're totally safe and secure in all ways. As you float all the way up into the sky, as far as you can go, I want you to observe down below your stream of time. You have your past stretched in one direction and your future stretched off in another direction. And then from way up there, I want you to imagine, how would you describe this stream of time? How would you describe your past? How would you describe your future? How would you describe the difference between the two? I'm giving you a minute to look at this stream of time. So now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine floating down into the future. And as you float out into the future, I want you to float out all the way until you are right up above you at the age of 80. So float all the way until you are at the age of 80. And now as you look down on you at the age of 80, what do you observe down there? What do you see? Beautiful. So now I want you to imagine floating down into that stream of time and finding yourself sitting in the lounge room of your dream home. So float right down inside that moment. So you are looking through your own eyes, hearing the sounds around you and feeling the feelings of you being at that age inside your dream home. So now we are now at a very successful time in your life. Right? I came to interview you because you are so successful. You have achieved incredible things in all areas of your life. And suddenly you notice that I'm knocking at the door, and you open the door, you open it up. It's me there. I came there to interview you. So You invite me to the lounge room. We're sitting in this amazing home of yours. It's like this amazing house, floor to ceiling walls, floor to ceiling windows, stuff. Amazing, amazing. And we sit there for this interview. So now what I want to do is I want you to tell me, we are sitting for the interview, sitting next to each other. I'm recording and writing everything. Remember the three sectors of life you chose to focus on before. I want you to tell me, what have you achieved in each one of these sectors? For example, if you chose, I want to focus on career and business, start telling me, what have you achieved that is so amazing that I came to interview you for the newspaper about it? If you chose to focus on your partner, tell me about this amazing partner of yours, about amazing partnership that you created. So I'm giving you now 2 minutes to verbally say, or in your mind say, what have you achieved in these sectors of life, in these three? And if you find yourselves focusing on one of these sectors, it's more than okay. So I'm starting a timer, and you have 2 minutes. Beautiful. If there's still stuff running in your mind, it's okay. Let your conscious and unconscious keep running them. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to ask the same question we asked before of, please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? And I'm going to ask it 5 times, and I want you to answer again. Now, again, the answers can be like what you answered, or maybe they have changed. Let's see. Please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? So please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? So please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? And please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? And last one, please tell me, what is it like being such an incredibly successful? Beautiful. So thank you for this amazing interview. And imagine me saying goodbye and I'm leaving your home. And now I'm leaving your home. Now I want you to go ahead and float back up into the sky as high as you can go. Take a look down at your stream of time and notice what has now changed and also what has stayed the same. And tell me a little bit, again, verbalize or run it in your mind, what changed in the stream of time or what stayed the same. Try and verbalize. Has something changed just from these 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Beautiful. So now I want you to leave it there. Leave everything there in the future and know that it's yours. It's your future. It's your imagination. It is yours. And now I want you to float all the way back along the stream of time until you find yourself right above this present moment, above yourself, and float back down into yourself, into the present. And then as you connect with yourself, as usual, I recommend you to try and feel, how do you feel about yourself at this moment, and how do you feel about the future now that you got a very short glimpse into it? How do you feel about the future? Beautiful. Take a nice, relaxing, deep breath, and then allow yourself to become aware of the chair, of how you feel, the sensation, the temperature. And then when you're ready, take it up and you can open your eyes, guys. And now, before we continue, I want you to ask yourself this. Let's say you gave me 5 different answers of what you are when you are this very successful. So let's say you say, I'm this incredibly successful coach, incredibly successful entrepreneur. Let's say there were 5 different answers. I want you to choose one of these answers, and it might be anything, or you may have answered the same thing 5 times. And I want you to choose the one that you feel you have the highest chance of applying long-term commitment to. So let's say for me, it came up, I'm the most successful dancer, entrepreneur, coach, builder, podcast runner. Which one of these I have the most chance to really put commitment into dancer? And I want you to choose that. So take a second and choose which one you know intuitively I can commit to working on this. And then after you choose that one, I want you to write down 3 key tasks that you need to practice to become this future self. So let's say I know that by the age of 80, I'm the most successful entrepreneur. What are 3 tasks I need to practice now that will help me achieve this and are a key action that I need to take? You want to write them down, write them down. I'll give you a minute or two. The tasks don't have to be big if you can't think of something. Sometimes the tasks can be as simple as learn more about this subject. Beautiful. Again, even when we finish our session now, you can continue this work. So if you feel like there's more, that's a good sensation that you can leave this short session with. I haven't had time to think of all of my future. I didn't have time. This is the sensation that I want you to almost leave, because I want it to ferment in your brain over time. All right. So this is the visualization exercise I wanted to share with you guys. A lot of times we look ahead a year, 5 years, 10, but not often do we step and we look far ahead. And looking far ahead is very, very important, okay? Because if we don't see the big picture, we can get lost on the small things. I want to make more money. Why do you want to make more money? Well, I want a family. What? And suddenly I go into the future and envision what I really want. I want a healthy family, a nice house. I want grandchildren. I want to be out in a farm, something like that. And when I look at this image at the age of 80, it reduces a lot of the stress that we have now, because actually, if this is really what I crave, this is my dream life, it's, I have time. I have time to get it, and it gives me space to let go of a lot of the load I carry. And at the same time, it helps me hone better into what I want to do. I want to have this successful online business so I can eventually move out into the farm and build a house and have a family and have this. And you know what? Now I know deeper why I do it, not just because I want, but I have the clear reasoning, and it makes this hard work of stepping out, doing entrepreneurship work, on developing businesses and living life is a much easier thing. Any questions about this, guys?
I just want to say thank you, man. Never done anything like that before. It was peaceful for me. I feel like very confident.
Yeah, awesome, Gareth.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. I guess I feel very grateful. Look forward to the future. Like you said, I guess I realize that I can slow down.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, Keaton. Great, great. And this is if yeah, Ruben.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just thank you. I needed that today.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So usually when I work with clients, I do deeper work. This can be almost an hour imagination exercise. And I recommend you, if you meditate or even if you don't, do this exercise once in a while to just line us up. So we're not getting relax. All you want is a little house in the farm. Life isn't, no need to overstress. You'll get there. Not now, in 10 years, in 20 years. I have time. And it's important to understand it. And we can't understand it if we can't imagine it and feel it. And because of it, doing these exercises, sitting with ourselves, just closing the eyes, spending 5 minutes looking into the future and figuring. And even if nothing comes up, the more you do it, the better you will get to it. Visualization is a skill, and it's a powerful, powerful skill. And today we rushed through it, but I just wanted to give you a taste and open your brain to these things.
What would be like a daily visualization practice? Do you do something like that, or is it more of a
I
like a
I
weekly
think for
thing?
me a daily thing first, anything you do daily is amazing. For me, daily, I would recommend journaling more than visualization because journaling is input and output, and visualization is mostly inside. But you can, through journaling, write about it, right? Today I thought about what I want to do when I'm 80. I want to do this, this, this. So I do recommend that. With that visualization daily, some people find a very powerful practice is visualize your day. So in the mornings, when you wake up, you're in bed, don't even take the time in bed. We sometimes rush out so much. Take that 5, 10 minutes in. This is such a nice place to be in bed, just as we wake up. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Imagine this day and put emotions into that imagination. What am I going to do? I'm going to make coffee. Oh, so nice. I love coffee. And then I'm going to go to the gym. I really enjoy training. So grateful my body is healthy and I can train. And then I'm going to work. I'm so grateful. I'm putting this gratefulness emotion that I can get to work. Wow, that I can work on what I want to. Bam. Then I'm going to see my partner and it's going to be amazing. And I want you to do these things because this helps set the tone for the day. And through the day, when things don't go as we imagine, it helps us line a little bit our emotions with it. I would
Uh,
say this thing of the grand envisioning the future, don't do it so often. Do it once a month, once a time when you are more aligned. Work on things. This you feel the stress coming. What up? Boom, let's sit with this 20 minutes, 30 minutes, imagine the future, go into details. Who am I? Who am I dating? Who is my, well, hopefully, who am I married to? What are my kids? What is my work? What is my source of income? What have I left? What have, like, marks have I left on this world? Where do I live? How do I feel? Bah, bah, bah. Get so clear on these that you come back to the now and you're like, oh shit, if this is what I want, there is no stress.
yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, that makes sense to not do it so often. I'm curious what your take on affirmations are because I know you brought up the emotional thing and like that.
Affirmations are good.
Yeah.
Affirmations are good, but they are, let's say, they are a Western overuse way of doing things.
Hmm.
Affirmations are great, but you can get addicted to just saying, I am rich and I am the best and not do anything. Joe Dispenza talks about it, and I really like what he says, that you have to feel it. You have to feel it. It's not enough that you say. you have to feel, and not just feel, you have to, it's a deep feeling. There is knowing, there's feeling, and there is knowing and feeling deeply inside when you know something. And you need to get there, because this is the only thing that, according to him, according to Paul, change your frequency. But I found that these are the only things that really elicit change in how we behave on the deep level. So affirmations are great. I actually, again, with affirmations, I prefer to write them down. So in my journaling, let's say I will write, I'm so grateful to be such a good coach. So I start my journaling like that. I can show you guys. I'm so grateful that I am the most effective coach there is out there. And then I write, how many more ways can I become an even better coach? So I ask myself, assuming I'm already the best coach, how can I be even better? And I ask these questions, and these I find work better than just regular affirmations. But affirmations do work. They're just a very slow process, and they have to come with belief attached to it and working on our emotions. But
that's cool.
you know, yeah, and like Alex Hormozy said, Alex Hormozy is, I like him and I don't like him on some things, but he said something that I really like, which he said, you, I don't remember how he said it, the exact wording, but he said something along the lines of, you don't become successful by shouting affirmations in the wind, I am the best. You become successful by building trust with yourself, by having again and again done something and shown yourself that you're able to do it. So affirmations are great, but actions are greater, right?
He talks about the 80-year-old activity a little bit as well. It's a little different, but he's like, I believe he says, like, put yourself in that situation when you're 80 and then think back to right now, thinking, wow, like I was broke traveling the world, and like then I became the successful entrepreneur. This is actually the moment that I would be so grateful for. So if
Yeah.
he would be grateful for it, why would I not be?
Yeah.
Which is really cool. That's kind of like a Stoic philosophy idea as
Yeah.
well, I think.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, great minds, you know. Start thinking about yourselves at the age of 80. Don't be shy. Beautiful. And
Awesome.
yeah, and if there's any questions, if there's anything, if you want some more guidance, if you want to do this practice and like, sorry, forgot what are the sectors? What are these? Hit me up, Coach Saar on Instagram, you know. And if you have issues with your fasting, I've done many fasts in my life. I had a year that I was almost addicted to fasting. So I did like a 24-hour fast every week, and then every month I did 2 day fast, and then every 3 months 3 day fast, and once every 6 months I did a 5 day fast. And so I have a lot of experience with it, and happy to share. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Beautiful, guys.
Appreciate it.